those people who are outwardly upstanding people but are undercover predators? Are they at that table? Investigation, reduce spending. We don't really have a problem with it. I'm starting the new year on a sensitive but very important topic, and that is the subject of rape. Now, according to JCF figures, there was a 26% drop in the number of cases reported between January 1st and December 28th, 2024, compared to the previous year. However, that means nothing to the 355 victims who were affected. See, intimate acts of assault is one of those issues where we consistently blame the victim instead of directing our anger and our outrage at the perpetrator. A couple months ago, there was some outrage after a video circulated where some teen boys had filmed themselves allegedly assaulting a young lady. But inevitably, there comes the people who seem to suggest that some way, somehow, whomever suffered this assault must take some blame. Sadly, this is par for the course in a society where we consistently shield pastors from responsibility, we shield teachers from responsibility, we shield many community leaders from responsibility, and so people continually assault not just other members of the community but assault children and get away with it. So then we can't act surprised when when these teen boys grow up and do the very same thing they see we normalize in our society. This is the result of consistently telling our girls how to dress and not telling our boys how to behave. This is the result of telling girls to be responsible with their bodies while telling boys to do whatever they feel like doing because boys will be boys. This is the result of a cultural double standard in our parenting and in our societal dealings when it comes to gender. And it's coming back to bite us because in a society where we have laws but no enforcement, where we have powerful people who are untouchable, where we have people who are upstanding in the community, so even if they did it, they should be given a chance. In a society such as that, you are bound to have people who deliberately and consistently take advantage of those who are vulnerable because they know they can get away with it. And when you see statistics about sexual assault, those are just the numbers that are reported. Many sexual assault cases go unreported, and of those that are in fact reported and are investigated, there are very few convictions. An article in the Jamaica Observer pointed out that of the over 6,500 rape cases that were reported between 2011 and 2020, less than half of that number were cleared up, according to data from the JCF and Statin. So why am I talking about this now? Well, it was recently discovered that a forum of 70,000 men exists in a private chat room where they are discussing different ways, exchanging ideas about how to assault the women around them. These are their wives, these are their children, these are other family members, these are friends, these are people who they know. They are actively exchanging tactics of how to assault women. And one of the things that I've discovered over the years since I've been online is that many Jamaicans seem to think that none of these things apply to them. Many Jamaicans seem to think that when something happens somewhere, it is in isolation, and Jamaica is isolated on its own little island, and we don't suffer from these things, and these things don't happen here. Very delusional we are. Very naive we are. Because so many cases are happening on our little island that we ignore, that we choose to ignore. And that we not only choose to ignore, but when we do acknowledge them, we excuse them. And in doing so, we have created a space where our girls can't come to us and say, listen, Pastor so-and-so touched me, Uncle so-and-so touched me here, you know, this person so-and-so touched me here and did this to me. We have created a space where our boys cannot come to us and say, Uncle so-and-so touched me, Auntie so-and-so touched me, because of this hypermasculinity that if something happens to them, they must be manly and take it. We are destroying our society from within. And there are many who want to say, oh, you're bringing your Americanism here and don't bring that there. You're worried about the wrong thing. and you're refusing to acknowledge that your community is being destroyed from within, not an external force, from within. And if you don't start to acknowledge that and start doing something to fix it and getting those people, your pastors, your community leaders, your teachers, the people you revere, if you don't start getting those people who are outwardly upstanding people but are undercover predators, if you don't start getting those people out of your community, you're going to regret it.